motherfucker, hey, 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 motherfucker, hey, motherfucker, hey, now.
Otherwise, it was just socialism, which is built to fail. You don't get points for failure as a president. People don't want failure. They want success.
Let's discuss a recent.
Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing the first 150 days of the governance of Kejriwal. Aam Aadmi Party's chief Kejriwal took oath for Chief Minister of New Delhi for the third time on 16 February 2020. His party and him won the election by a sweeping victory of 62 out of 70 seats. In his guarantee card or his manifesto, he listed various parameters or he listed various promises to New Delhi's citizens, such as free bus riders for women, subsidy for water, electricity tariffs, amnesty schemes, etc. But I don't think it would be fair to judge him on those parameters, as it has been only 150 days of his governance, and also those 150 days were not easy 150 days. It was in pandemic. It was under COVID-19 situation. If we come to the GDP of Delhi, in the year 2018 to 2019, the GDP of Delhi was recorded to be 8.6%, whereas the GDP of whole country, India, was recorded to be 6.1%. A very interesting article of Forbes showed that while the whole India as a nation was fighting against demons of poverty and unemployment, Delhi was a state which was earning thrice as much as any other state. So it means that if a person is living in Delhi, he is earning thrice as much as any other person of any other nation. India as well as New Delhi has taken a major hit from the COVID-19 situation, where New Delhi's economy was very well settled at 8.6% for the year 2018 and 2019. The projected GDP by the Finance Minister of New Delhi is 7.42 for the year 2020 and 21. Whereas if we talk about India as a whole, Subramaniam Swamy, a very renowned politician of BJP, has projected the India's whole economy could lie anywhere between 3% to 5%. So if we take the worst possible scenario, 3% GDP of India 2020 and 21, it would be worse than GDP of 1950. And if we want to fulfill the promise of our Prime Minister for $5 trillion economy, the projected GDP should have been 14.4% or above. So obviously when we have not done 14.4% till now, in order to achieve the Prime Minister's goal of 5 trillion economy till 2024, the economy of India has to rise for 18.2% as a GDP. Now if you're thinking that COVID-19 has been the only reason, or COVID-19 is the only one thing which has hit the New Delhi's economy the most, no, you'll be amazed to know that we have lost nearly 5.8% of the New Delhi's whole GDP and 24,000 men to pollution. In a time when everyone is staying at their home, or the most of the people are staying at their home, so a normal person would think that pollution might have been decreased in Delhi, and now the government doesn't have to fight against pollution. You'll be amazed to know that we have to spend almost 6% of our GDP just to control pollution levels in New Delhi. So now when we have lost around 5.8% of our GDP to pollution and a big portion of our revenue to COVID-19, and this year we won't be able to generate so many jobs or revenue for New Delhi. So how has the Finance Minister Manish Sisodia projected a GDP of 7.42 number, which is a very astonishing number considering COVID-19 situation? So here we have to know that nearly 2000 crore were given by PM Care Fund to Delhi state government. And what the Kejriwal government is trying to do is to recover the losses encumbered by the government from COVID-19. They are trying to recover those losses by increasing the price of fuel. They have increased the VAT on diesel by 7.10 rupees per litre and 6.70 per litre for petrol. So now this decision of him encumbering the laws by hiking the prices of fuel received a huge backlash from public, where Kejriwal has also always stood on the side of poor by saying that I want to subsidize each and everything for the poor so to protect the poor. And on the same side, he has just increased the prices of fuel to encumber the loss of the government. So people have found him very hypocrite of his ideologies, and people have took a stand against him on this decision. So what was that major issue that a strong healthcare model that of New Delhi was not able to sustain in front of COVID-19 situations? So the major problem which Delhi government faced was that there are more than 100 different agencies which govern over Delhi hospitals. The mainly three of them are Union, Delhi State Government and MCD. If we see closely that Delhi State Government only has three major hospitals in their hand, which is LNJB, GTB and Deen Dayal. So in such a case, when there are so many contradicting opinions and so many contradicting governing authorities, and where LG is always taking the CM shoes, he's always trying to be the CM of New Delhi, it became very difficult and it delayed the decisions of Chief Minister of Delhi. The second major problem faced by Delhi healthcare system was that the Delhi Kejriwal's government neglected tertiary healthcare system. Although they doubled the budget of healthcare system from 3,300 crore to 7,500 crore, but the major spending of the government was for free medicines and free healthcare, and they have not spent enough on ICUs and ventilators or adding extra beds. Although Kejriwal promised that he will add almost 30,000 extra beds till 2019, he was only able to add around 394 beds in Delhi government hospitals. So after the statements of Supreme Court, the New Delhi government tried their level best to stabilize the condition of COVID-19 in New Delhi, and they were able to do so by increasing the amount of testing in Delhi from 10,500 per million to 21,000 per million. They also launched an app, Delhi Corona app, which gives an access to the people that to know that how many beds are available in a particular hospital. So they don't have to actually go to the hospital to find if they will be able to get a bed or not. They can just add the app in their phone and they can check whether the bed is vacant in the hospital or not. And they also provided oximeters for the people who are suffering from COVID-19. So Kejriwal government tried to give people. So according to me, the first 150 days of Kejriwal could have done better, but he could have done worse also. Me sitting here and telling that how Kejriwal government should have performed after 150 days is just like telling Sachin Tendulkar that he could have played the shot differently so that he wouldn't have bowled out. The Kejriwal government tried their level best to deal with corona. The coronavirus was new for each and every nation. So I think he could have performed better or he could have gone worse like Maharashtra.